Assalam, Queen Phoenix Ramadan L. Jackson, back in the light of Al Brazeera Cyber Network. Tonight's Taurus full moonlight video conversation is regarding the raping of humanity, the evolution of man with the propagation of rape. Okay? So, although the raping of humanity began in the garden and again with Cain raping his brother Abel, the evil is continually perpetuated not only with the raping of Africa, Europe, and America. It is the same mental, emotional, and physical pandemic scourge to the degree that continues to the degree at which our planet is also raped, unanimously raped. What is going on in Palestine, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, Iran, Yemen, Pakistan, the prison systems all across America is also rape. The world is being made a ghetto because of rape. Women are brutalized in the sanctity of their homes because of the misogynist commercial system of rape. Michael Jackson was commercially raped, tormented. Whitney Houston, her daughter Bobby Christina, were also likewise raped, okay? Martyred because of rape, right? The dehumanization of African people is due to the continued propagation of rape. Racism is the continued propagation of rape. Raping one spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, right? To the point where they wake up in the morning to even look in the mirror and they rape themselves. Because what? Some say, even though their skin is beautifully golden color, bronze colored, right? And what do they look in the mirror and feel? A disdain for their own, beautiful hue. When they look in the mirror. That's rape. It's a continued propagation of rape. Rape can be as subtle as gentle as a butterfly's wing, or brutally invasive as a napalm bomb or depleted uranium dropping from high above onto any nation. No nation has been exempt from rape. Every nation of the world has been touched by the beastly brutality of the ill spirit of the rapist. Okay? The greatest damage is when the rapist moves so silently through any community, nation, family, or the world undetected. Okay? He moves like spiritual nanoradiation, like neutrinos infiltrating to contaminate and destroy, shattering everything in his path. Children are the most vulnerable to the predator. Okay, they are his easiest prey because they are blind to the ploy of the rapist. They're blind to his tactics. Thus, they are spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically vulnerable to the rapist. And mental is the same thing as spiritual. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay. Now, as children remain constant, the rapist's constant prey, same as they are for the Vatican, because the Vatican is one big predator organization of rapists. Okay, they're a hub hub of rapists. Okay. And the same thing that makes children innocent are the same things that make the world innocent, and that is their blindness, their inability to understand or to distinguish with how the rapist, the tactics of the rapist. Okay. They are blind to see the face, to be able to recognize the face of the rapist. Okay. In which they need a mental description, a spiritual description of what a rapist is. He's not someone who just, hides in the bushes and waits till a woman, a female passes and snatches her in the bushes or abducts her in the car. No, a rapist someone can be raped on a spiritual level, on a mental, that's a mental level, emotional level. Okay. Okay, so he said the same thing that makes children innocent and blind is the same thing that makes the world innocent and blind to such nano spiritual manipulation. And that is where the rapist desires to conceal himself and to maintain its victims. He wants to maintain his victims as innocent and keep them blind to his tactics, his ploys. That's why he sets up this educational system, a flawed educational system, keeps people at minimum wage and keeps the sweatshops, funding sweatshops in other countries, foreign countries where, so-called third world nation countries where, the people constantly humanity continuously has to struggle to survive so they can focus on feeding themselves rather than, feeding their spirit, or nurturing their spiritual side aspect of their life. Okay. Educating themselves spiritually, right? He wants to keep them oppressed and miseducated. Okay. Because education, whether they get educated at Harvard, Yale, or Princeton, is still job training. Just more, what they call it, Ivy League, more name brand education, or no, name brand job training. Okay? Name brand job training. That's what the Yale education is. That's what a Princeton education is, a Harvard education is. It's name brand. Okay? That's all it is. Job training. Because whether you go to Harvard to get a job, to become an accountant or a lawyer, or still you're getting training to become, you're getting job training or to have a profession in the market, right? Yeah, to get a greater location to the table, right? To the money table, right? To the money changers, right? It's still job training. Okay, just name brand. Okay. Just makes you a bit more closer to the table, where you make greater connections to, whereby you can perhaps have a greater opportunity to provide for yourself, right? Okay. But you still get raped. Okay. So he maintains himself in conceal, or the rapist maintains himself concealed by keeping his victims blind, by keeping them miseducated, or giving them job training to spiritual training, right? Or so that they can have a well-rounded education. Because just getting educated for the market, okay, to work in the market is not an education, okay? Because it doesn't teach you how to think. It trains you how to perform a certain task, okay? And you want to move beyond that. You don't want to wake up one day and have to go to India to sit under a tree to contemplate who you are and who you really are, right? You don't want to do that, okay? Okay, you want to be able to ascend, okay? So they don't want to give you don't get the, the rapist keeps his victims oppressed because he doesn't want them to see him. He doesn't want them his predator, his prey, to identify him, okay, to spiritually identify him, and he doesn't want and he doesn't want them to ascend, right? So he keeps them oppressed, okay. Now he doesn't. Now to allow them to ascend, right? He would know, the rapist would no longer have anyone to prey upon. And remember, if he's a rapist, he can't ascend. The rapist cannot ascend. He gets left. He stays left behind, right? So and he's not gonna get any. He can't provide. He's not going to be provided for him. The universe won't provide for him. Okay, the universe does not provide for rapists. Okay, so therefore, what does he do? He has to prey on others, right? That evil spirit has to prey on others. Okay, so he has to keep people. He's like a parasite. He's a parasite, right? So he has to keep others behind so he can feed off them. Okay. And that's what the rapist does. He feeds off of people's spiritual energy. He feeds off the earth's resources, right? He feeds off of manpower, right? So he has to keep them behind so he can survive, right? Keep them blind and ignorant. For raping is sheer pleasure to the beast. The rapist loves fucking the world. He loves spreading his infected semen all over the world, polluting every nation with his agnostic spiritual piracy, which is also why the pirate likes placing his military bases to occupy the land of others. The beast loves pain. He's a sadist because he's always sad. He's miserable. He knows the end result of his deeds. He knows where he's going to go in the end time, right? I mean, come judgment time, right? Hellfire is for him, right? And those who follow him, right? Okay, so he knows. He's a sadist. He's miserable. And when they say misery loves company, okay? He wants to make others miserable as well, right? Okay. Now, raping women is symbolic of raping the universe and all of humanity. That's why you often hear of well, let's go back to Athena, right? Athena and how she became Medusa, right? The beautiful woman who was the keeper of the temple, right? And then she was raped. I forget who. There's a story of how it goes, a myth of how it goes. And she was raped, and then she became Medusa, right? Okay. Well, to rape the woman is to rape, symbolic of raping the universe, right? Getting the universal power, because what did we say? Ra. Okay, Mother Ra. Okay. Well, no, we say what? The Lamb of God has to come, is Aries, right? And it comes from the universe, right? And of course, and I don't want to go back that far. Okay, but anyway, so okay, what the Lamb of God comes from Ra, right? From the ram, right? And we talked about the ram being the uterus, okay? The uterus being what? The black ram, right? The black sheep, right? The black sheep of the family, right? Because what? The mother of humanity is what? The black is Ra, right? The black ram, right? The black uterus, right? Because the ovaries and the uterus represent the ram, right? We showed the pictures of that, and the old temples in Egypt and the rams and all that, which represent the black female, right? Mother Earth, right? Mother Africa, rather. Okay, but still Mother Earth too. Okay, but anyway, so that is symbolic of raping her. Okay, raping humanity. Okay. So, so you rape. So when you hear about when you hear about the women females getting raped, okay? Like gang raped. There we go. When you hear about females getting ganged raped, well, that is a religious ceremony. Don't think that that's just some random incident occurrence. No, it's planned. It's to keep that energy, that spiritual energy alive, that negative spiritual energy of rape alive. So it's not something that just random happened. No, it's planned. Okay? It's planned. Okay. So as we said, the raping of women is symbolic of raping the universe and all of humanity. The rape of the woman is to the rape of the man. Thus, the rape and oppress of the black woman is to repress all of humanity. For it is the black woman that teaches or taught humanity, right? How to be, taught her children, right? Taught her children based upon the word that was given to her, that was given to her man, right? Her husband, right? It was given to her. The men are always given the word, right? And then the word is given to the family, right? The family, the human family, right? And then the woman gives it to the children, right? So, and that's why you generally find women in the churches, right? Women and children in the churches, right? Because women generally protect the, not so much protect, but women generally, teach the children about, God, about spirituality, their spirituality. Because they teach the children, right? Okay, now, and in the beginning there was what? Only spiritual knowledge, right? They didn't have a secular education. It was all one, okay? And generally the women, taught the children. Okay, so you oppress a woman, you oppress a child. You oppress humanity. So the beast oppresses women and rapes women, right? Rapes them in their home. This commercial system keeps women oppressed. Okay? Therefore, they continue to, keep humanity oppressed. Okay? Okay, so we said, thus, if the beast can rape women, he can likewise rape men by default. This is what Iblis or Shaitan did with the woman in the garden, right? It enticed her to eat the fruit. Then it was said that man ate the fruit, okay? Thus, and then all the children were raped preceding that, right? Cain killed his brother after that, right? Okay, raped his brother, took his brother's life, okay? Okay, now rape is going on a global scale. Rape is force, okay? Rape is taking. Rape is forcefully, aggressively, violently taking something from another, okay? Rape is beyond assertiveness. Rape is intimidation. It's aggravation, okay? It's agitation. Okay? Raping creates what? It creates biases. It creates breaking up of families. It's criticizing, right? It's stereotyping, maligning others, maligning nations, okay, as terrorists, right? Raping them of their good name, their good nature, their humanity. Let me see. Okay, what is that? Oh, okay. Okay, so we said, I'm going to go to video 2 till I catch my place, okay? Assalamu alaikum.